there straight away. I'm not going to bring you in. Don't want to scare people off. We'll just leave you there. It says, I think it says we're on. I don't know. Can't tell.
Live for you are live.
We are. I just quieten something down. We're live.
Oh, it says it in the corner, but I can't see anything on YouTube yet.
Oh, it's just gone ding on YouTube. It's playing the ads at the moment. Let's see it turns up. Now I've got two computers going.
I'll just sit here and eat this.
Yeah. You enjoy your vanilla slice because nobody will come in yet. I don't know if anybody's come in yet. Hang on. Oh, we got somebody. We got a Landy Smurf. Now, I don't know how I'm going to... Yeah,
Landy's from Tasmania.
Oh, is she? She. And Amy's there. Amy from Amy's Outdoors. She's there.
He was up at the Buckaroony event.
Who's that?
Landy Smurf.
Oh, was there, was he? Oh, okay.
And he drove a Land Rover all the way from Tasmania. An old army one.
Must have had a bloody good snorkel.
An old army one.
Yeah, all right. They go all right. Old Defender. Now, I don't know how I'm going to see. Oh, comments. Hang on. I'm just trying to work this out. Oh, there we go. Now, see if this works. There we go. We're all very new to this, guys, so give us a chance. I've never used StreamYard before, and we'll show that one. Well, hey, this is working well. Oh, who's that? Do you know that lady?
Annie said she can see us.
Oh, that's the main thing. That's all good, isn't it, mate? Might wait for a couple more people to come in. Hey, why don't we say congratulations to Amy on 1,000 subs too?
I hope I'm still there.
Yeah, you're still there. Okay.
I'm trying to see on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, got a minute. Yeah, it's all right. We got a minute. Just set up Starlink so I can work on the Landy and maybe hit it sometime. Good. Just set up Starlink so I can work on the Landy and maybe hit it sometime. Good. Just good by end. We're doing well, mate.
Landy Smurf. I was just telling Ed you drove all the way from Tasmania. Landy Smurf. I was just telling Ed you drove all the way from...
Can hear you.
Turn the volume down so it doesn't interfere with it.
Mine or Annie? So we're doing all right. Who else we got? Terence? Afternoon, Terence. Well, it depends. Where are you from, Terence? Let us know where you are from. Echo between the two. Yeah, we fixed that, Landy. Afternoon, Terence. Well, it depends. Where are you from, Terence? Let us know where you are from. Echo between the two. Yeah, we fixed that, Landy. Afternoon, Terence. Well, it depends. Where are you from, Terence? Let us know where you are from. It's good, man. Echo between the two. Yeah, we fixed that, Landy. You got your phone turned off, Steve?
I have, but I was just having trouble with a bit of playback from the live feed. So I'm opening it up on my phone.
Okay.
And I'll turn the volume down.
Guys, even though you ask a question, we've got a 1 minute delay. So if we're a little bit slow in getting back to you, it's the reason that we've got that 1 minute delay. We're out camping. Terence is out camping with Turtles and Phil.
So that's Terry Greentree.
Okay. Is that Terry G?
Terry G. He's the one that does all the chopping boards.
I know. I got one of those chopping boards. I'm too scared to use it.
No, don't be frightened. They're bloody good. I didn't want to use mine either, but I used it on our last camping trip.
Yeah, it worked out. Yeah, I'm a bit scared because it's so nice. You don't want to ruin a perfectly good chopping board.
If you watch that video where I did the cook-up, the apple crumble.
Oh, don't forget the cinnamon.
Yeah. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah. Hang on, I think I put one of those up. Where is it? Oh, I had one of those things. No, it doesn't matter. Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. No, I'm having one for you, Annie.
Hope you've saved me a spot down there, Terry. We'll be looking forward to getting we're going away camping on the weekend with a few other YouTubers. and
Oh, be good with the offer.
they're already set up at Damn Crazy.
So who you heading off with this weekend, Steve?
Yeah, we're heading off tomorrow, just after
Yeah,
lunch.
Who with?
We're Phil Damiano, Terry G, Rob from Australian Camping 4-Wheel Drives, Rob the Wanderer, Jack Turtle. Everyone knows Jack Turtle.
Oh, I don't know him, but I've heard of him. I've been on Bucks chats, so everybody knows who Jack Turtle is. We're down on the waterfront. All right. Are you ready? Let's start with question number 1. I did questions for him.
Okay, you read them out because I'm looking at my phone and I'll answer them.
All right. Did you pre-answer your questions, did you?
No, I haven't. I had a quick
Well,
look at
I might just mix them up now.
Yeah, mix them up.
Let's go. You ready for this one? What was your very first camping experience?
Actually, our first camping experience for us was when we first moved to Queensland back in about 1991. So that was a fair while ago. And we actually camped in a 2-man tent up at Bundaberg at Moore Park on the beach. And we used to go up there and it was bloody great. Like, you remember you used to have those old little gas burners that had the little thing you had to tie onto the bloody thing, and if you touched it, it broke. That was it. That was our lights.
I can't think of the name of what they're called now. I think you'd still get them. Yeah, the gas lanterns and
Yeah. And we had was, like, you didn't have all the stuff you have now with 12 volt and all that sort of thing and solar panels. All you had was bloody torch batteries, and you had an Esky that you used to have to get ice for every 4 hours.
You had an Esky? Geez, you're doing all right.
Yeah, we had an Esky. I've still got it in the shed. It's one of those old Evercool ones, and it's ones with the steel sides.
They're brilliant. That'll last you forever until it rusts out. Yeah.
I've actually got it in the shed, and it's full of wine.
Why is it full of wine? It should be empty by now. You don't leave wine in an Esky, mate. You leave it in a glass. I
know, but I want to keep it. There's a few sentimental ones in there I actually got a bottle of 1988 Bicentennial Port. I got it for my 21st birthday.
I'll tell you something I got here, which will amaze you. I'll just go quickly grab it. Remember that yacht race called the America's Cup?
Oh, yeah? You got an America's Cup bottle?
It's actually a bottle of Coke.
Oh, okay.
Unopened. I found that on the job, and the guy says to me, "Oh, you want it?" And I said, "Yeah." He says, "I got a whole box of them." Yeah. So I got a whole box of them. Oh, I don't know if it'd be drinkable. Anybody know if it's still drinkable or not? Full of sugar, so it should be.
Diamonds in it. Ian was just saying it's a mantle.
What is?
The thing that goes on those gas lights.
Yeah, gas mantle. That's right. Now I know why you take her camping, mate. She's the brains of the outfit.
Oh, bloody oath, mate.
No?
Behind every man, there's a good woman.
Don't tell them that, all right? Because they'll never let us live it down. All right, here's your second question. You having your sippy? Oh, cheers. Oh, what a good-looking stubby holder.
It's a beauty, isn't it?
I
got some mug.
Here we go. It's Gay and Carol from Gay and Lesbian.
There you go and go.
And Carol. They're both there.
And Carol? I'm trying to read it. I'm trying to read everything on here. I haven't been able to put the YouTube comments up. I've got it on my phone here, so I'm trying to read it off that.
It's all right. I just thought I'd let Gay and Carol know I'm having a little sippy because I'll know what that means. I'm only wetting the lips. Carol, only wetting the lips. All right, you ready for your next question?
Landy, wait a sec. Landy Smurf just asked me, is it easier camping now than 20 years ago?
Oh, I don't know. What do you reckon?
It is to a certain degree, but I think years ago it was just as much fun, if not better. I mean, I think we've all got a little bit soft in the way we camp now, but having all the modern conveniences, it does make camping and it makes being able to go further and more remote easier. I don't think you would have that opportunity if you were still camping the way we were 20 years ago, or you'd do it a lot harder.
My first camping trip, we had, you can't do it these days with the tin cans. We had cans of spaghetti, cans of corned beef, and cans of spam. We used to just heat them up on the fire in the can itself. They were all plastic lined. You'd probably die from the stuff. But yeah, that was pretty cool back then. Cheap. There you go. There you go. Cheaper years ago. You're not wrong. It was. All you had was a tent. But we like our luxuries. We're getting a bit older. All right, you ready for this one?
Yep.
Here's your next question. Now, I've already heard one response. We need 2 responses for this question, not the one you sent me. What's your favourite piece of camping equipment?
Oh, that's a bloody hard one. There's so many of them, but I know the one I told you.
Well, you can tell them that because you've got to have a second one, so that'll...
Yeah, but I think now when we're camping, it'd have to be a good fire pit, regardless of what it is. I mean, especially when you're camping in winter and stuff like that. I mean, I've got a couple of different ones. I've got a summer one and a winter one. But I love my camp cube that I've got. It's absolutely fantastic. And I also love my winter well for when we're in real windy and where you need a campfire that's enclosed. I absolutely, they're the 2 bits of equipment that are always in the camper now. But the other thing that we really like is our Hexi tarp. I've got an old Snow Peak Hexi tarp, and it goes up all the time. Because no matter where you are, it's either good in the sun or it's good in the rain, and it seems to be a place where people can congregate around and sit under.
Yeah, haven't bought one of those yet. Haven't had the need to buy one yet, so might invest. I don't know. Who knows? But, so your Hexi tarp, you reckon? Yeah,
it's good. Yeah, we use it all the time now. So, but definitely the fire pits and that.
Yeah. And what was your other piece of equipment you like bringing along? I forgot what that name was.
It's actually my wife, Anne.
Oh, how lucky are you! Your wife goes camping with you.
Yeah, she does. She's handy to have around.
Really?
Yeah.
She's the one. Annie keeps reminding you not to forget the cinnamon.
Yeah.
It's not really an in joke, but it's a joke. It was on one of your clips, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. We'd had a few drinks, and it was on a camping trip. We actually went out to Chinchilla there a few weeks back with Rob from Australian Camping and 4-Wheel Drives, and unfortunately, it was the weekend when all that trouble happened with the police being killed out there, and we still decided to go out there and support the community and stuff like that, and it was really great. It was a great camping spot, and we had a good time out there. It's definitely one of those places worth checking out if you're ever out that way.
Yeah. Landy was just saying you don't see many tarps set up. I've got an old mate I go camping with him, and we call it the Tent Maha. Tent? It's Tent City, mate. The way this guy, old Alan, puts up the tarps, I don't know how he does it. He's an ex-truckie. He just makes a great setup. But, yeah, he loves his old tarp, but you don't see the old green tarps anymore. They're all sort of flashy blue and all the rest of it.
They're either a king's tent or, you see a lot of those around. But, I remember years ago, like when we were kids, we used to go camping in caravan and with my parents. And, they always used to set up those big green tarps, and they'd have 500 metal poles and 200 guide ropes. And it'd take you like 6 hours to put it up and 7 hours to put it down.
Yeah, we just one of my camping buddies has just rolled in, Dave Howard. G'day, Pickle. We have good times, me and Dave. He doesn't mind a sarsaparilla, as he calls them.
Yeah, well, good on him. We're all got to have those. I've got one over here.
What, your sarsaparilla?
Well, no, you've got the proper stuff.
No, it's sippy time now.
Sippy time?
Yep.
Yeah, unfortunately, I've got to go to work again in the morning, so driving equipment early hours of the morning and drinking too much during the week is a bit of a no-no for me.
Do they test you? You blow in the bag? They drug test you or anything like that?
No, I haven't, but if something ever went wrong, I'm sure they would.
Yeah. So what do? You better tell some of these people who don't know what you do, or be vague if you like.
Oh, I work for one of the supermarkets, one of the big supermarkets, and I unload all the B-double trucks and unload all the groceries, and you're driving forklifts and doing stuff like that. So, you got to be pretty aware about your surroundings and things like that and what you're doing. And there's a fair amount of safety stuff you got to follow.
You got to wear safety high vis vest and listen.
Oh yeah, you got to make sure you don't run anyone over. There's too much paperwork if you do that.
I didn't see him. What do you call him now? Warehouse pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got another one for you. What's your go-to meal when you go camping? Like, what's the meal you got to have? The thing you like that's easy, whatever, to prepare or however you want to do it.
Well, actually, lately it's been pizza. I mean, believe it or not. Yeah, pizza. Like, it used to be like a lamb roast or something like that. Like, we cook a lamb roast up in the camp oven with baked veggies and all that sort of thing. But the last few times we've been camping, we've since we bought that camp cube we were talking about, we've really got into making up our own pizza dough. Annie's got into making up her own pizza dough, and cooking up we might have a bit of leftover lamb or something like that, and some roast veggies and cheese and whatever, and just throw it all on and throw it in the camp oven and throw a few coals on it. And I tell you what, you can have a really good quality pizza when you're camping, and it is good to have and just sit around the campfire and sit there and pretend you're having Dominoes or something like that, and you're camping in the middle of the bush.
Pineapple.
That's a good discussion. Should you have pineapple or shouldn't you on pizza?
Yeah.
Maybe someone can answer that in the questions.
We'll run a debate. Who wants pizza when? Yeah. Landy. I'm drinking some. I like my Jack Daniels. I'm a Jack Daniels, and this is single barrel. I got it for Christmas off my son, so that's what I'm drinking. They want to know what you're drinking tonight. Yeah,
Landy says no pineapple, and he wants to see a pizza video.
You know what? I've got one coming out.
So have I, actually.
Yeah. I bought one of those Drifter Stockton pizza ovens.
Oh, yeah, I've got one of the old Snow Peak ones.
Are they the same thing or similar? I think they're pretty similar, aren't they, really?
Pretty similar, yeah. I think the Snow Peak one, that might be a little bit higher.
It's all right. We did a dry run out in the backyard with a pizza. Oh, Amy reckons pineapple every time on a pizza. So, yeah, we did pizzas out the back here last Saturday, and the missus wants to do it again, but it's going to be like 39 degrees on Saturday, so we're not having pizza Saturday.
No, that's good. Yeah, I know. It's been bloody hot, hasn't it? Like today was the first cool day we've had. Like it was only like 26 degrees here today. So
it got up to a whole 25 down in Melbourne.
That's a heat wave, isn't it?
Yeah, we're not having a summer at all, but I know it's going to happen. We're going to hit Australia and it's just going to go off. It's nut. No pineapple. Sunday pizzas.
Amy outdoors. Pineapple every time.
Yeah. There you go. Who'd have thought? I didn't think Amy was a pineapple girl. All right, you ready? This is your next big question. Tell us about the FJ, mate. The mighty FJ, because everybody loves an FJ.
Well, the FJ, what happened was I bought myself one of those, like this is about 8 or 9 years ago. I bought a Subaru XV and I bought a little teardrop camper. I've still got the teardrop camper. If people watch my channel, they would have seen the videos on it. And that's where we really got into it. That was the first camper trailer we had, and we really got into the camping, and we started going out to different places. And then we realised that we wanted to go further and sort of see other places. And I decided the XV wasn't big enough, so I bought a Subaru Outback. And it was good, but it still didn't. And then I went a little bit further and got up a few more hills and things like that, but I realised, no, it wasn't good enough to get me where I wanted to go. So I drove past Ken Mills out here, and they had a demo model FJ Cruiser on there.
Yeah.
And I'd only done 2,000 kilometres. And I stopped off. They said, do you want to take it for a test drive? And I said, bloody oath. So I drove from there to here and picked Ann up. We went for about a 2-kilometre drive out of town, and we were sold. We absolutely loved it. Yeah. And that's where it all started. And ever since then, we've been everywhere in it. We've done all through out to Uluru. We've done through to Cameron's Corner. We've there's so many places we've been that it's taken us, and we absolutely love it. And I've got no really ambition to sell it. I may in the future get another vehicle and just maybe mothball the FJ in the shed or something like that and just use it occasionally, because they are a bit of a collector's item now, as you know. Like, I think they're actually stopping production altogether this year.
They're still making them for the United Arab Emirates. You can still buy a new one.
Yeah, I read somewhere the other day on one of the FJ sites that they're talking about stopping production altogether. So whether they do or not, but I was only thinking the other day, I come out of the car park and I had mine all polished up and cleaned up, and it was sitting beside a couple of other four-wheel drives, and I thought, I'll tell you what, for a car that's been in production for more than 10 or 15 years, it still looks bloody modern. They still hold their own in the way they look against modern cars.
And they've gone up in so much in value.
Yeah, I know. Like, I only paid like 35 or something for mine.
Yeah,
I think they're worth about 50 now.
Yeah, I paid 32 for mine, and that was ex-demo as well. So yeah, we both did well.
So yeah, I'm really happy with it, and it does everything I wanted to do. I mean, us FJ owners, we don't. Everyone, first question everyone always says, "Oh, they're petrol and how much fuel costs," but you know yourself, you don't ever think about it. Like, it's not something that comes into your mind.
Well, why would you? People often say, "Oh, I would have bought one if they were in a diesel." Yeah, I'd buy a Ford Mustang if they came with 4 doors as well.
Yeah, yeah.
They're not that bad on fuel. It depends on how heavy you are on the loud pedal.
Yeah, and I get about 1,200 Ks out of mine, so I'm happy with that.
Well, you do a bit better than I do. Are you ready? Oh, hang on. Ready? Here we go. You ready? Super chat.
Oh, you give me some money, are you?
Yeah, how'd you go?
I told you the other day, bloody Google, I'm sure you just passed me a 50 and it's only a 20 now. That is how much Google take off you. I'll just wire you the money next time, mate.
Well, Gay and Carol do love the super chat. So this one's for Gay and Carol, because that's sort of like a bit of an in-joke between us. There you go, super chat, Gay and Carol. I bet you Carol's sitting there right now giggling her backside off. All right, you ready for your next one?
What's your favourite dessert, Ed?
Oh, those vanilla slices. Did you get me one?
Are they all right?
Oh, mate. You shouldn't be allowed to. Oh,
how do you like me plate, mate?
Oh, you Skippy. We have to tell everybody about your Skippy plate now. You brought it up. It's a beauty, isn't it?
I think I got that bought for me when I was about 5.
So only a few years ago.
Yeah, only a couple of years ago, mate.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, those vanilla slices are they make a mess when they go soft.
Oh, yeah, they do, don't they?
I remember watching you on one of your trips you did, bloody stopping off at every bakery you could find and you were grabbing a vanilla slice. Was it Mount Dare or something? Or
a bakery and a pub, mate. They can't go wrong.
Hey, Ed, you got a bit of a...
Yeah, no, I've already got it. Yeah, got rid of him already. I don't know why people do that. Oh, my goodness. We're in YouTube royalty. We've got Camping Down Under. Wow.
Good afternoon. Good evening, Camping Down Under. How are you?
Paul. He's from South Australia.
Paul,
yeah.
Good to see you on there.
Yeah, jeez. We got oh, I need another sippy soon. All right, you ready for your next question?
Yeah.
It's going to be an in-depth one. You ready? Probably take about an hour to answer it. You ready? What made you start the channel?
Again, it was I went to a camping event. It was one of the camping events that old Tofty run from when he used to work for Drifter up in Queensland near Brendale, and he had a camping event up here at Bluff Creek. And I went there, and there was a few YouTubers there, old Mr. Buckaroony and Rob from Australian Camping and Four-Wheel Drives. And I sort of went up and seen old Rob and had a bit of a yarn to him, because you sort of see these guys on YouTube and you think, oh, I've got to go talk to that bloke. He's famous. And I just walked straight up to him and introduced myself and had a look at his setup. And he asked me who I was and where I was camping. And he come down and had a look at my little teardrop, because I had the teardrop in the FJ. Yeah. And he come over and he done a video on me little teardrop for me. And it sort of started from there. I got home and I started talking with Annie, and I said, I wouldn't mind having a go at that. It didn't look too hard. So that's how I started, just through meeting Rob, and it sort of all snowballed from there. And I enjoy, the editing part of it all, and I enjoy helping people out and maybe showing people some useful camping gear or some camping spots or things like that might interest other people when they're traveling around.
Have you been recognised yet, like by somebody you don't know, to go, oh, I know you?
I have. In work a couple of times, I've been, just in the shop there stacking away on the shelves, and someone will walk past, you're Steve from FJ Camping, aren't you? And I go, yeah.
Yeah. But you've changed FJ Camping, haven't we?
Well, no, it's not. Yeah, it's not FJ Camping anymore. It's now Soar Adventures. It's something that I've been thinking about for a while. I thought I'm going to bite the bullet and actually just go ahead and change the name, because what happened was, I don't know, getting a bit of volume feedback there somewhere.
Not me, I didn't do it.
Yeah, what happened is you sort of look at I don't know whether you do, you look at all your statistics and everything on your YouTube channel and things like that. And I was reading into a few things, and I thought, if I ever do sell the FJ, which I don't think I will, but I think a lot of people just associate the channel with being about an FJ cruiser, which it's not. It's more about, cooking and camping and showing your products and things like that. So I thought I'll change the name, get away from the FJ part of it. Yeah. And still all about camping and touring and adventuring and all that sort of thing. But SOAR actually stands for Stephen, Annie, and Winnie. What's a Winnie? Dog. Winnie's our little Foxy. Annie might bring her up now that she's down watching downstairs. We'll have a look at Winnie. We'll bring her up and I'll introduce her. But and it's just funny, the name come out SOAR, and we just put SOAR Adventures, because there's a little bit of a running joke with us. Oh, Winnie, being a puppy, if you leave her alone too long, she will eat anything. She's chewed the end off me vacuum, chewed a hole in one of the lounges, chewed the arms of it.
A bit like a 2-year-old. Here we go.
Here she comes. So this is little Winnie.
I reckon that's what's making your channel, mate. It's not you, it's the dog.
She's a mini fox terrier.
Okay.
And she's absolutely wonderful. She's a great little dog. And she really likes the camping. So hopefully she'll be a little bit of a media
superstar
on my channel as well. But if you want to come up and say hello to Winnie, don't be frightened, do. She loves talking to anyone.
Got a question there from Landy. Can you see it?
Yeah. What camping gear mods have you that you wouldn't get again, and why? The only mods that I've done that I think the biggest mistake I did was when I was doing the battery setup in the FJ. I just didn't go big enough with the battery. I should have originally it all comes down to money and price with everything, and I'm not on a big wage or anything like that. And I thought, the battery I put in there, like 100 amp hour, would have been sufficient to do what I wanted it to do. But as you sort of start enjoying your camping more, and especially with my YouTube channel, you want to charge batteries up, and you want to run travel buddies, and you want to run your fridge, and now you want to run a coffee percolator and all these coffee machine and all these things. And I wish I would have. I'd never put a small battery in. If you're building a setup, try and put as big as battery as you can afford in there. Yeah. A minimum of 200 amp hours, bigger if you can. But I reckon no less than 200 amp hours if you're doing any sort of mod in putting a battery system in your car, because I think you'll regret it in the long run if you don't. I think that's probably the mod that I regret doing the most, is not putting a big enough battery in my setup in my FJ.
I don't know. What do you do? Okay. Here's one. This is one I want to know too. What's your favourite content that you like doing?
What was that, sorry?
What's your favourite content you like doing for the YouTube? You go, mate, I love doing this part even though nobody else does?
Oh, I mean, I like doing the reviews and that on places, but funnily enough, they're not really my most popular videos. I mean, I enjoy doing them because I like bringing, showing content on places that I think people will find really interesting. But my reviews and stuff that I do on upgrades and things like that are really and when you do a review on like I did one on Rob's Caravan the other day, and it's just taken off like,
oh, geez, that's all right.
It's nearly up to 2,000 views in a matter of a week, but that's good for my channel. But I enjoy doing the reviews from places we've stayed at, like Foxbar Falls. I've got another video coming out tomorrow on a really good bush camping spot. We stayed at it's I can't tell you the exact address because it's one of those hip camp ones, and I can tell you roughly where it is. Like, it's between Tenterfield and Grafton. It's about 35 k's out of Glen Innes.
Yeah.
So, but the only reason these places don't want you to know the exact address is because when you book them, they send you the address once you get closer to your date. They just don't want people turning up on their doorstep willy-nilly and saying, oh, we want to stay the night.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Because they're all got to be booked through Hip Camp. It's not that they don't want you to know where they are. They do. That's why they're offering the property up. But that's the reason they say that. But when we were staying there, I don't show it in the video, but it was -7 there, or it was -4.8, and it felt like -7. It was like just at the tail end of winter, and they were getting that big cold burst again. And we got up the next morning and we made a cuppa and we're sitting around the fire and all that sort of thing. And it was on a Sunday morning, and I turned on Macca. I don't know whether any of you ever listened to Macca on the radio on the ABC. Australia all over.
Yeah, I know who he is, yeah.
Yeah, and I was listening to him, and Annie and Winnie went for a bit of walk, and I thought, and he put the phone number up, call us up if you want to have a yarn. And I thought, bugger it, I'm going to call Macca and see if I can get through. And I did. And I spoke to him for about 20 minutes, and he was really good. Like, it was because I'd been listening to him for years, but he wanted to know all about where I was working and where I was camping and what we were doing and all that sort of thing. And it was really great just to talk to the bloke.
Yeah. My favourite ones are when I go on my adventures. I like doing those. But they don't get many views, but I really enjoy it. You know.
Yeah, I'm the same, mate. Like that, because that's. And
you find memories.
And do you find when you're actually doing those things, it is hard sometimes to make the decision to pull the camera out and start recording something, because you do get sort of lost in your own sort of enjoying the place?
I'm constantly forgetting to take the camera out because you're in the moment.
Yeah.
You go, mate, this is fantastic. You're making your own memory. You go, oh, maybe I should have recorded that. And you go, oh, well, too late now. Just continue on and make something else up. But yeah. And Paul just said that he's tired of doing product reviews. Okay. Should be nice. Well, Paul did a video not a while ago now. He went up to the Flinders Ranges and did some stuff up there, which I enjoyed those videos. But he's doing a lot on the Murray because he's up at, I think he's in Renmark. I'm not sure. They've got all those floods and stuff out there. So, yeah.
Someone's fallen son is asking, have we ever been bitten by a snake, spider, or attacked by animals while camping?
Oh, the only animal I get attacked by is... she doesn't come camping with me anymore. No, that was the wife. So have I been? No, I've never. Talking about snakes. That's your lead-in, Steve.
Yeah, if you would have watched my last video, that pre-leading the one this week, we actually had a snake in our camper. We'd stopped off in Tenterfield, bought some supplies, and we pulled up in a little rest stop that we always stay at. And I wasn't intending to do a video there, and I went to the toilet, and I come back, and Ian goes, "There's a bloody snake in the camper." And I said, "What'd you hear it?" She says, "No." And on the side of our camper, we've got a little flip-up lid where the 240 cord comes out so you can plug it in when you're plugging into 240.
Yep.
And Anne said she's seen something sticking out the bottom edge of the 240 plug, and she thought it was the cord. So she put her hand up to push it back in, and it moved. It was actually this snake, and frightened shit out of her. And, so I grabbed the camera, and I, being like buddy Russell Crowe or Russell Coit or or Steve Irvin or one of the ones, I bloody lifted the lid up and started shooting, and it wasn't very big. It was only like the size of my thumb, really, but it was really long. Like, it was probably a metre and a bit long. And I told Anne to grab a stick, and she comes back with this stick that's about that long.
So your insurance policy's paid up then?
Yeah. So and then I looked down in the box where it come from, and I realised I had those spring bars that hold out the awnings on your tent.
Yeah.
And it looked exactly like one of those snake sticks like your catchers use. So I just said, I got my snake catcher here, and I grabbed it under the snake and bloody lifted it up and took it back up into the bush and let it go. So, but it wasn't the first time we've had a snake in there. We were actually camping up at another place. I can't think of the name of it now. Anne will come up here in a minute and tell me. But we were camped there, and it was when we had our little dog, Ellie. And we had her corral set up on the other side of the camp, and where your lift-up doors are in the roof canopy. And we were up in bed like one night, and we heard this rustling. Here she is. Kenya Gorge. And anyway, we heard this noise in the bottom of the camper, and we thought, oh, yeah, it's just a lizard or something like that rustling around in the plastic or in the rubbish. Yeah. Didn't worry about it. I got up the next morning. I had to get something out of the other side of the camper, and I lifted up the canopy. Yeah. And the snake dropped straight down between me and landed right in front of my shoes about that far away. And I just stood still, and it slithered off into the bush.
You Queenslanders, I tell you, you're made of different stuff.
So we've had quite a few snakes when we've been camping. When we were camping at, I don't know whether anyone follows Facebook, but Trip and Van are at a place called Paradise Lost at the moment. And we've actually camped there and done a video from there. And Anne and I were fishing down on the river there, on the Burnett River. And Anne says to me, Steve, come here. And I looked up, and there's a red-belly black snake crawling this far away from her foot.
Don't move.
And it was about this round, and it was like 2.5 meters long, and it slithered straight past her feet. And credit to her, she just stood still. She held her ground, because I think if she would have moved, it would have either frightened it, and it just went straight past her, jumped in the water, and swam across the creek, so the river.
Oh, I would have just carried on like a pork chop, mate. Nah, snakes, we have them here in Victoria, but we don't often camp with them because we're a bit noisy. I don't know. They reckon you make a lot of noise around camp, the snakes leave. I don't know if that's true or not.
Oh, I think it is. I think it does. They're quite happy to get out of your road if you make enough noise, I think. Yeah,
you should bring Rob the Wanderer out. He apparently makes enough noise when he's sleeping.
Oh, they'll know they're alive down in that campsite tonight, I'll tell you.
Yeah. They're not wombats wandering around. There you go. From Paul. Flood's
I was just reading that one. Floods are still going. Still got 5 videos.
I think.
The bloody floods. The floods down up in the Northern Territory in Western Australia, they're unbelievable.
Well, we got the floods doing our Simpson trip. You wouldn't have thought we didn't have any rain, and all the water just came down from the Diamantina and flooded us. And it was a good trip, all in all.
Old Freddie Boots is on there. Old Freddie Boots, he camped up next to me up at Mr. Buckaroony camp.
Oh, Freddie. We'll better say hello, mate. We'll give him his moment of fame. There we go. You ready for this one? This is a very serious question again. What camera gear do you use?
I mainly use GoPros. I've been using GoPros ever since I started. Like I started off with like a little tiny Sessions and hated that. And then I went to a GoPro 7, GoPro 8, GoPro 9. I didn't get the 10, but I've just recently bought the GoPro 11. And I
Ooh.
also use a little 360 camera as well.
Yeah.
I have got a Canon bloody full zoom camera and everything like that, but I just don't like using it. So
I reckon
I
you
just
can't go
want.
wrong with the GoPros. I haven't had any problem. I know a lot of people have had problems with GoPros not working, but I don't know, touch wood. Well, I've been lucky. I haven't had a GoPro sort of fall over and hurt itself yet. They're pretty reliable.
No, mine have been great. I've had a couple of times I've had some overheating when it's been really hot, but
Yeah.
I just stick them in the fridge for about 10 minutes and pull them out and turn them back on again.
Well, you could do that now because you've got enough power in the car.
I just put them in my refrigerator and it cools them down. Yeah.
All right, you ready for your next in-depth question? What's coming up for your channel? What are we all going to be all excited about? Like, what's up?
Oh,
What's your big plans,
well,
if you've got any?
We try not to make plans because we find
trips.
Yeah, we try not to make plans when it comes to trips now because we have ideas.
Is that what we call them?
Yeah, because when you make plans always go to shit.
Yep.
We've tried to do the Darling River run for the last 2 years or 3 years, and COVID and rain and floods and like we were going to do it in September last year after we finished the Buckaroony event, and there was flooding all down that way. We couldn't get down there, so our trip sort of went to a different direction. We ended up camping more up around here in Queensland, and there Anne just put up a comment because plans go to that emoji thing.
An emoji, yeah. That's appropriate because it's an emoji because it's like a little pyramid.
Yeah, we've been thinking about we want to go back out and do out near the Dig Tree, and we actually want to go back out to Uluru again and do Uluru again, just catch up on some. And we want to go to Kings Canyon. So we haven't been there. So we drove out that way and we actually missed the turn off. And by the time we realised we were too far past it, so we didn't go back and look at it. So
you're in Alice Springs.
Yeah. Robin Green's on. So she's Mr. Terry G's better half. And that's a picture of Molly there. That's a picture of Molly.
She's the artwork lady behind the scenes, I hear.
She's the one that writes all the recipes down that Mr. Terry G steals.
Don't forget the cinnamon.
Yeah.
So you haven't got any big trips planned or nothing?
Like I said, we want to do it. We want to, this year we're hoping to maybe do out near Uluru, near the Dig Tree, sort of out back Queensland somewhere. And we were talking about doing the Cape, so who knows?
Don't worry, mate. I think I've got to go past your place to get up to the Cape, don't I?
You probably do. You probably could.
Well, it'd be on the way up or on the way back, one of the two. But yeah, that's my big one for this year's my Cape trip. So I'm pretty excited, pumped about that one. Many big trips. I've almost ran out of questions. Isn't that great? We've done well. Hang on, it's almost ready. You ready for this one again?
Yeah.
Super chat.
Thanks again, mate.
It's interesting. And Phil's here.
Oh, Phil's finally on. How are you, mate? How's the camping?
He's probably not going to answer us now. It's probably going to take him 2 weeks to answer. No, and Phil will take him an hour to answer the one question because he likes.
They're all got their Starlinks burning away down there. I think Phil's got one, Terry G's got one, Rob will have one, and I'll have mine when we get there. So we'll be like Starlink Central down there.
Yeah, a couple of mates of mine have bought it, and they said, "Oh, when am I buying one?" I said, "I don't need to. I just leech off of you guys."
Well, I wasn't going to, and then we do a lot of camping on our own because that's what I mean. We enjoy company of others, but we do enjoy sometimes just going out on our own and just having our own adventure.
Yeah, isn't it funny? Like nowadays, your big thing to go camping. Well, when I was a kid, was you took a transistor radio, not a tranny, but a
transistor radio with a little 9-volt battery, and it didn't last the whole trip. But yeah, that was our big thing. Was got to have a transistor radio. Now we can't go out unless we've got our Facebook and our YouTubes and our Instagram accounts up and going, which is a shame. So you said you got a video coming out this week?
Yeah, I've got the video on the camping spot, I think, tomorrow.
We can't say much about that, can we?
You can.
No, you can. It's not up to me. It's up to you. You'll have to break the bad news to them.
What bad news?
Well, isn't it a shitter of a video?
Yeah, it's nothing crappy or anything. What he's going on about, I got a bit of a thumbnail up there, and it's got a picture of old Phil Damiano when he did a toilet video. And there's a little bit of a story behind why I've done that. It's a bit of a YouTube joke. So every second video that's coming out on YouTube at the moment's got a picture of a toilet on it. And I thought I may as well join the bandwagon because I do talk about the toilet that's there on the video. So I'm not lying. It's not clickbait or anything like that. But there is a drop toilet on this camping spot down there for people who are interested. So make sure you check it out. It's a terrific camping spot. And it's actually one of my longest videos that I've ever put up on YouTube. It runs for 43 minutes.
43 minutes?
Yeah, it runs for 43 minutes. So make sure you watch till the end because there is some funny stuff right at the very end. I put some outtakes on there. Even if you don't want to watch all the video, go to the end and watch the outtakes because they're quite funny.
What's Phil do? It's got to be Phil, doesn't it?
No, Phil's not there. He wasn't camping with us.
Oh, look at this fella! Thank you, Paul.
$10. I was trying to work out how to do that.
Well, you go like this, and it comes through the screen. Yeah, I know.
It's so bloody easy.
Hey?
And look at the interest I made in that few seconds that you put it over there.
Who says Google's greedy? Thanks, Paul. You're awesome, buddy. Actually, Paul has a what's he do? A members thing on his YouTube channel. So you give him a few bucks to sling his way, and I'm actually one of his members on his channel, so I sling him a few bob once a month and all that sort of thing. So that's all right. That's a super sticker. Okay, Phil a super sticker. I think a little man dancing. I think it was.
Super sticker, was it?
No, wasn't it? Oh, you don't. You monetize it. It's on the bottom of the screen there somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah,
I got a yippee, so that's all right.
I've never tried any of those things. So
You got to have your credit card handy.
Oh, you got to have a credit card.
Yeah, it does like your credit card, mate. It does love your credit card.
Oh, I haven't got one of those. So
what, a credit card? Mate, there's no cash here. There's no cash.
No, I haven't got any cash.
Right, you're doing all right. I think you're doing all right out of this. I was just thinking, we got any weird and wonderful questions from our audience participation tonight? Well, there's got to be somebody there that wants a hard-pressing question for Steve that you've always wanted to know about.
Ed, what's that behind your head on the door?
I'm a bit of a tragic. It is the United Federation of Planets flag. So I'm a bit of a tragic. So I do like my Star Trek, and much to my wife's disgust, I make her watch it. But she loves it.
I was actually talking to Ed because I noticed it there before, and I showed him that. So I actually badge.
What do I got here? I got one of these. Did you get one of these when you bought your FJ?
I actually have. I've got one of those downstairs, and I changed the colour of mine. I painted it grey.
Oh, to match your grey car, of course.
Yeah.
So what else we got here? Waiting for questions from our audience. Oh, favourite. Here we go. There you go. I'll let you answer that one first, Steve.
Favourite destination in Australia? That's a hard one. Like, there's so many of them.
Oh,
I think actually, when we went up to Lake Tinaroo there a few years ago, what was that? The Greentree, wasn't it? The Greentree up in around up in North Queensland there. That was absolutely wonderful. Like, And he's bought my
Oh, yeah. Look at that. I think you got the better wheels than I did.
Actually, also got one of them too. So,
I guess, you don't want to know something? I actually wanted to buy a yellow one. Oh, that's off subject. We better get back to this destination thing first.
yeah. So the Greentree up in North Queensland, that was absolutely amazing up there, driving along the coastline there and all the rainforests. And I think old Phil even he was up there with us, and Phil Demiano, and he said it was one of his favourite spots too.
Mine's the high country. I absolutely adore it up there. You can get up there and it can be 40 degrees today. And I've been up there and it's been 40 degrees one day and 18 and pouring down rain the next day. The high country is just...
And I must say, Landy Smurf, Tasmania is another one. We did 3 weeks driving around Tasmania, and like that's probably 15 years ago or more, or probably 20 years ago. And it was absolutely amazing there. Mountfield National Park. It was absolutely fantastic just walking through that.
There you go. You got one from Amy now.
Following question, where would you never go again? I may as well say it now that I've mentioned Tasmania. There's one place in Tasmania that I would never go again. And I can't think of their names, but they're probably an Australian legend, but they were the people that the Axe champions or whatever. I can't think of his name. He was
yeah, big fella. T-shirts, yeah, white singlets, yeah.
Yeah. Annie and I had a bad experience there. We stopped off there, and it was right in their heyday, and they'd opened up this big centre where they had all this memorabilia and all this stuff. And we'd been travelling, and we wanted somewhere to go to a toilet, and their place was the only place that had a toilet in it. And we really wanted to go, and they wanted to charge us like $50 or something to get in just to go to the toilet. And
oh no, thank you.
And I just said, stuff that, and we turned around and left. But so that's probably a place I'd never go again.
I actually don't have one that I wouldn't go again.
No, everywhere we've visited, we've really enjoyed. I don't think we've had a bad experience on.
When we went on the cruise,
out there.
they're so overrated.
Yeah, Ian just said we went on a round Australia cruise there a few years back, and we started in Sydney and went all the way up to Brisbane, then through the top end and all around the top of Australia and back down to Western Australia. And we stopped at Broome. Don't get me wrong, Broome's a beautiful town, but it was a bit overrated. I just expected something different.
I've got one here from Pumped Koala. It's my favourite camping spot in the Victorian High Country. Talbotville is an awesome spot. It's off Upper Dargo Road. It's about 40 minutes out of Dargo itself. You go down McMillan's Track or McMillan's Road, go down McMillan's Track. If you're towing a camper, go on a four-wheel drive. If you're not, just let your air pressures down. Still go on a four-wheel drive because it is a bit steep on the way down, but that's a good spot down there. Nice and flat, got a beautiful river running through. It's only got one drop toilet. It does get pretty full there, but yeah, Talbotville is my favourite one in Victorian High Country. I love going there, and we go there. Well, I think I've been going there for the last 10 years at least, a couple of times a year. We love it up there. It's really good. And
yeah, I must admit, the High Country is one on our bucket list of the places that we're going to do. So,
you know, there's an invitation there. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, you asked me the other day, and we definitely will when we come down that way. You'll have to show us around.
You just don't want to go down here in winter. You don't want to be doing that in the wet tracks if you're not used to driving up there, because it can be pretty sloppy up there. Here we got here. We're doing the Victoria after Easter. You should be right after Easter. In 370s Land Rovers. Yeah, well, you need 3 of them, don't you? Oh, no, I better not go down there because I might upset you. Any must-see tracks? Question for you, Landy. Have you done any of the tracks up there yet? Because there's obviously there's Blue Rag, Billy Goats, and Mount Murray. Now, Mount Murray's not well known. It's not a track to go to, but Mount Murray's brilliant place. Nice. Nice, easiest drive. You go to Mount Murray and you can nip over to Bulla and go get your latte if you need. But, yeah, they're the iconic ones anyway. Yeah, they're the ones I do. They're iconic. They're the must-dos. There's lots of tracks. Crooked River Track's a good one.
Craig's Hut.
Sorry?
Craig's Hut.
Yeah, Craig's Hut. It's nice. You can do the circuit track. It's an easy drive to get to Craig's Hut. It's nothing really difficult about it. You can there's an easy way and there's a harder way. So it depends on how adventurous. If you just want to get up there and have a good look at it, yeah, Craig's Hut. Love going. Here we go. Going Carroll. There's a Craig's Hut and staying at Pineapple Flat. See, you can have pizzas at Pineapple Flat because you're allowed to put pineapple on the pizzas there. It's not bad. Yeah, I love them. Love the high country. It's beautiful. What do we got here? Miss this one. I can't remember. Had Pole. No, you've lost me there, mate. Sorry. You've lost me there. Oh, no, Steve, you don't go to bed yet, mate. You've still got 5 minutes.
No, I'm trying to see your questions because I'm sure you asked me more questions than that.
No.
Question live chat, 1 hour time limit. What's that?
Yeah,
mean?
no.
What sort of question's that?
Well, no, that was like we only wanted to go for an hour because I didn't want to drag it out too long. Okay. People got sick of us. Yeah, 1 hour time limit. Are you happy with that? We can go longer. I don't know. We'll get Phil going, poking.
No, we can keep going. I'm not tired yet.
Guess who's on here? It's Ryan, the dreaded chef.
How you going, Ryan? How are you, mate? Good you could finally catch up with us.
I'm looking forward. Actually, he's coming down to Victoria, so hopefully we'll catch up for a couple of drinks or food or something new and exciting down here. Next month or two, I think Ryan's coming down, so that'd be good.
So is it wet up your way, Ryan, where Phil was telling us there this afternoon that they've had up to 200 millimetres near Macca or somewhere?
We've got that 1 minute delay.
I'll sit here for a minute and wait till he answers.
No, aren't you going to do what you did to me the other night? Tease me?
Yeah, the other night there when I was talking with Ed, we were talking about delays and dropouts, and he says, I hope it doesn't drop out. And I'm sort of talking away and...
Steve? He did it again. Yeah, no, he hasn't dropped out. He's just paused. It's brilliant. Could have killed him. By the way, I called him several names, and one of them was Steve. Oh, God. Well, I'm actually hoping to make this a regular thing, so whoever's watching us or who's still been here, making this a regular thing.
So I've got an audience question. Who would you like to see on next on Ed's interview on a? Because we couldn't do it tomorrow night. We're going away camping tomorrow night. We're going visiting Phil Damiano and Jack Turtle and Australian Camping and 4-wheel drives. The Wanderer, and the other reason I didn't want to do it. It's Friday the 13th tomorrow.
Yeah, I didn't realise that when I organised this with you until I saw the date. Oh, Jesus, that's going to be a good one, isn't it? No, I'm going to try and make this a regular thing where we have a YouTuber on from various people that I obviously watch and enjoy.
I reckon you should do an interview with the dreaded chef.
With Ryan. The problem is he cooks really nice food. I hate watching his videos because I'm always hungry afterwards. I don't know how my wife, who doesn't even like YouTube, she does subscribe to my channel, but she sits there and she watches it and she goes, "Oh, he's not a bad cook." I go, "You're kidding me, right? He's not a bad cook."
He just said he'd get on there anytime, Ed.
Oh, that's right. He said that. Gay and Carol are leaving us.
Thanks for tuning in, ladies.
Gay and Carol, we'll see you March. I hope we're having we got a YouTube group that we got together with all these YouTubers, and we're having a bit of a meet-up down here in Victoria again. And Gay and Carol are coming up for that, so that'd be awesome to see them two girls again. Now,
so where's our astronaut?
Yeah, he said, you know what? He's not going to be kicking himself. He's just, I thought it was going to be 7 o'clock. And I said, yeah, and he'll get on and go, well, I thought it was tomorrow. I can see him watching it now, giving me, he'll ring me tomorrow and just give me so much.
I just message you and say,
where are you? And you should get the girls on at the NAS, man. Oh, it's us, yeah. I am going to get NAS on, but I want to keep my powder dry. I want to interview some other people first because everybody knows that I know NAS, and I prefer to start this off with one of my all-time favourite YouTubers. He wasn't available, so I got Steve instead. No, I've been following.
See you, folks. Good night.
I think I started following Steve when he first started his YouTube channel. I think one of the early ones, same as Phil and Ryan.
Yeah, I don't know how. I think when I first started, I think your channel come up because you're looking at FJ stuff and stuff like that, and I think your channel come up. So I can sort of remember. I remember when we were both sort of at the same sort of. Me, you, and Nas, we're all around the same amount of subscribers there for ages, and I think where my channel took off is I went up to the Buckaroony event, and it just went ballistic after that.
I'm happy with where I am on my channel. I just make the content I like now. I've cut back to fortnightly. And if I don't enjoy doing it, I won't do it. I had a whole bunch of videos ready to go. Had a heap of footage on one of the cameras here of one of the trips I went on to the high country, and went to edit it. It was just rubbish. So rather than just put anything out, I've got a little bit more fussy and decided, no, I want to put some good stuff out that I'd enjoy watching. Hope everybody else does too. You know what I mean? So that's what I do anyway. Really, not here nor there. It's what I do. What I got here? Count me down on what he said. It was great doing. Paul did live with Nas at some lake somewhere. You have to tell me, Paul, to let me know what it was. There you go. I didn't know that. Phil started his channel in 2008.
Yeah, if you go back and look at some of Phil's early stuff, he's got remote control cars and also remote control helicopters and.
Lake Bonnie, there you go. That was it when you met him, met Nash. You met Nash at Lake Bonnie. Yeah, Nash is. He's a challenge, but he's all right. He's all right. Nash, I've known him for a couple of years. He started showing. Yeah, but the sub camp was like this, wasn't it? And then I've sort of stood there and gone, which I'm happy with. You know, I mean, it doesn't bother me.
You're doing all right now, though. You find once you get to that 1,000, it just.
And how's the amount of money you make? It just falls out of the sky.
I could retire. In about 40 years.
I just
in about 40 years.
Fill the car up. No, you certainly don't do it for the money, that's for sure. So, yeah, everybody, we actually do it for the fame and the recognition.
Yeah, I was only talking to someone the other day about that. Like, if you're doing it for the money, you're never going to become rich. So, neither of us are Casey Neistat or.
Hang on, I did not monetize. It's all right, Phil. I've been watching you for a while. So, who do you reckon we should interview next, Steve? Who are you recommending? Who are you thinking would be good for the live stream for an hour and a bit, apart from Phil?
There's so many to choose from.
I know, but people that will talk to me, though.
I reckon Rob the Wanderer.
Yeah. Well, you see him, have a chat. Well, I don't have his phone number. I got him on Messenger, so I could always give him a hoy, see if he's up for that.
Phil's camping and touring just agreed with me. Rob the Wanderer.
Hang on, who else would vote for Rob the Wanderer? We've got to get at least a couple of votes if we want to. If you don't know who Rob the Wanderer is, go have a check out his channel. He does some good content. He's very, very professional.
Rob's fantastic.
Oh, there you go. Somebody else wants him. I'll have a go. Well, I don't know about that. Well, he's still got his old.
On there now.
He's got his old logo. He's got to update his YouTube page. He's got his old logo. I have to give him. I have to bust his chops and see if he's up for it or not. We'll probably do it on a Friday, something or another, so we can all have a drink and not worry about work the next day. The Wanderer can just.
I reckon you should hit that Mr. Buckaroony up too while he's travelling around Australia.
I'd love to get Buck on, but I'll wait a while until I got some credibility with young Mr. Buckaroony. I'll wait till he watches a couple of them and goes, yeah, he's not bad.
MKM touring Australia's on there.
Matt, he's a good character. He's starting to put out a couple of videos now. He's sat back and waited a while. But yeah, Annie wants to know we could get cooking tips off of Rob, because his shepherd's pie is just absolutely amazing. Apparently,
is she talking about Rob the Wanderer's cooking?
Yeah, his shepherd's pie. Apparently, it's to die for. I've heard. Or
you would die. I would believe you would die.
Yeah, we'll see if Rob's up for it or not. If
he would be the only bloke I would know who could cook a piece of charcoal and it'd still be raw.
Who's that, Rob?
Yeah.
When he burns boiling water, you can't hang stuff on him. I don't know the man. I really can't give him too much. Here we go. I can't give you too much trouble because I don't know him that well. My poisoning kids for the campfire.
He said he'll do it. He said he's in. So whenever you want him, just got to organise the time.
I'll set that up, and then after I've done, once I've put him through the ringer, I'll put somebody else through the ring. But we've got to ask him some serious questions, though. Do you know what I mean? Any big
ask him when he's going to buy a caravan.
Is he buying a van? Who? The Wanderer?
Yeah.
You can't do that. He's got to go from a swag to a camper to a camper. No, I don't think you understand. There's a progression. There's tent, swag, tent, swag, rooftop tent, camper trailer, caravan. You've got to progress.
No, isn't it swag, tent, rooftop tent, camper, caravan?
You haven't given up, but you're getting there. Depends if you want one with a shower. Apparently, some rippers out there with a shower. Friends of mine just bought a new caravan, an AOR, which is they're made up in Queensland. Really nice fans. Very flash.
Yeah, I mean, I must admit, Rob from Australian Camping and Four-Wheel Drives, his new hybrid Austrac 13 it's a nice caravan.
Yeah,
it's really well set out.
So you had it from a deal because they're down here in Melbourne. Their main, because they're only literally up the road and around the corner from here. You see them all camped out the front. No, hang on, here we go. It's going nuts now. I think I said something I shouldn't have. Nah, swag is an upgrade from a $20 tent. Oh, I don't know. Here we go. Thanks for the live stream. March, yes. Yes, Amy, we'll see you in March. Looking forward to meeting you and catching up and doing some kayaking things.
Yeah, I enjoyed your content on your floods and that too, Amy. It was really enjoyable. Well, it wasn't enjoyable for the people with the floods, but really well put together.
Yeah, Amy. Yes, Amy, well done. Oh, hey, guess what? 1 hour and 7 minutes, mate. We timed it well. We'll see if anybody else has got any extra questions for us before we kick off.
Scooter comes after the caravan.
Scooter? Oh, hang on. Here we go.
Freddie Boots.
Putting some spotties on your new caravan, Rob. Ooh. Must have missed that one.
Some banter going on in the background there somewhere.
Yeah, I think we're missing half the conversation here. Oh, well, I'll have to hit up Rob the Wanderer for the next live stream we're doing this. I hope everybody's enjoyed the live stream. Thanks to young Steve. We give him a
thanks, mate. Thanks for getting me on, and I hope everyone I know everyone here is subscribed to your channel tonight. So,
well, if they haven't, they should have.
They should have, yeah.
Yeah, thanks once again, Steve, for coming on the chat. I've enjoyed it. This is our first one, so hopefully we'll get better. Well, I'll get better anyway, and then when I get even better, I'll be able to get Steve on for longer. I'll get him on a Friday or a Saturday night where he can sleep in the next day and doesn't have to get up early for work.
It's a bugger shift work, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't do shift work, mate. I just work for myself. It's just easier. Gay and Carol are saying goodbye. Everybody's saying goodbye. I think we'll finish it there, Steve. Thanks for joining me, and we look forward to seeing Rob, the Wanderer, hopefully on the next one. We live in hope. We'll do a bit of practice run. Love to Annie.
Yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in, and all the boys down at Damn Crazy. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon. Make sure you got the ice machine turned on, Phil, and the beers are cold, and
the beers are cold. That's all you need to know. Or Annie's going to come in. We're going to see Annie tonight. She's got to pop in. She's got to do a cameo. The video's not complete unless we see Annie pop in her head. Come on.
Anne, I want to see your head.
Yeah, I want to see your head, mate.
I want to see your head.
Nah.
Or a hand at least wave. No. Can't convince her?
Nah, can't convince her. She's in.
Thanks, guys, for joining us, and we'll see you in the next video or the next live stream. Thanks, Steve, once again, and have a good weekend away.
Thanks very much for the dollars.
You ready for the super chat? Here we go. Oh, here we go. Super chat.
Thanks, mate.
All right. Thanks, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for
See
now.
ya.
See ya. End broadcast.